All right, welcome to RetireJapan TV. We're back and we're going to talk about personal finance, investing, retirement, life in Japan, and yeah, all the usual nonsense. How's everyone doing out there?
Hello, everybody.
It's the year of the fire horse. How are we
Fire
feeling about
horse?
that?
How come
Yeah.
it's fire horse? What do you mean fire
Yeah,
horse?
so apparently the Chinese yearly calendar thing not only has 12 animals, they also have all these elements. So
Really?
this year is the fire horse as opposed to like the stone or the metal or the water. Like,
Well, I didn't know that.
yeah, apparently. So apparently, the kind of prediction aspect of it, I guess, is that women, especially born in the year of the fire horse, are like strong-willed and make really bad wives, apparently, and cause their
All of
husbands
them.
to die early. So,
Oh, they did. Okay, right.
60 years ago,
Yeah.
which was the last year of the fire horse, there was a huge drop in births in Japan, apparently, because people were trying to avoid having daughters.
No way.
And people are saying, is that going to happen again this year? Probably not. I mean, there's going to be a huge drop anyway. But
Right,
it's got
yeah.
nothing to do with the fire horse, right?
Yeah. Wow, I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, and that is why I have these nice little horse postcards on the wall that my wife got for me at some temple.
Very cool. Oh, very nice. I like this.
Yeah, I've been getting into this whole like year stuff. So I'm a snake, and I got to keep this. Like, we have a priest that comes in and does the school for us once a year and brings, new ornaments and stuff. And
Right.
normally they'd burn these, I think, but
Right.
I asked if I could keep it, so I'm going to keep it.
I hope that's lucky.
Yeah, well,
We went to our local temple and got one of those, the little wooden sort of things with like the kazoku anzen or something, kanai anzen, I think it is, safety in the home thing. And so we took it back at the end of this year and got a new one, which looks exactly the same. I can't see a difference between the two. Like, do we really need to bring this back and burn it every year? Can we just keep the same one? That's the one.
Yeah, I got this from the money shrine.
Oh.
And until now, we've done it on a personal level. So we've had our names, right? But this time, you can see it's for RetireJapan. So that RetireJapan is financially successful, because it really hasn't been so far. So.
Wow, that's a good idea. Wow.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
It can't hurt, can it? I mean.
Yeah. Nice.
And I got my first Daikichi fortune this year, which is good, like the best one.
Not first ever.
Yeah.
Really?
I've never had a top ranked one before.
Oh, Bear. Oh.
So yeah, it basically says this year everything you want will come to pass. I was like, oh, that's good.
Wow.
Make a change.
I'm the opposite. I got is it Kyo or Ku? I can't remember how to pronounce it now.
Oh, right. The one that you have to like burn.
With a cross in it. Oh, do you? Oh, I didn't burn it.
But you're supposed to stick it. You're supposed to leave it in the temple. Like, you keep the good one.
I did.
So my good one's in my phone, basically. It's in my phone case.
Oh, I see.
But the bad ones, you're supposed to tie to something, tree in the temple and leave it there. Leave the bad fortune behind. So.
Okay, I did do. That's all right then. So don't need to worry about it. Great, thanks.
Awesome. All right. So today we were mainly thinking about talking about home security.
Yes, had a bit of an unfortunate event not far from us where it didn't affect us, but was a short walk away. There was a family home broken into. It's quite weird. It was 5:30 in the morning, which I thought was kind of late. It's like people might be waking up. It's a young family. It was 6 or 7 masked men, apparently, who found a ladder on a building site and used that to climb up to the second floor. It's a new home. I mean, it's this pretty, that part is there's a few sort of big, wealthy homes there. They've got a metal bar to smash through the double glazed patio door thing and broke in, and then forced the people to give them money and an expensive watch. And I don't think they've been caught. Anyway, it's kind of close to home, so it got me thinking, well, what can we do? And you got the two big companies, you got Alsoc and what is it, Secom, who do like full home security, and they're pretty expensive. It was like 300,000 yen or 400,000 yen or something setup fee for actually buying all the boxes and stuff, and then the ongoing charges is I think 60 or 70 no 6 or 7,000 yen a month. And I wondered if there was this being Retire Japan, is there like a cheaper, more efficient way of doing it with maybe not quite the full effect, but good enough. So it took me down a rabbit hole of finding security things, and I've got a few to sort of share if that's of interest.
Yeah,
maybe you've got your own, join in. So the first thing that I found, which got good reviews, actually let's do this one first because it's the simplest. This I can't remember how much it cost, but obviously
it's very sturdy.
Not a lot. So it's a plastic hook thing, but it's got a hole there on your window. I've got some handle.
The turny bits, the handles.
Yeah. Right, now I haven't got a handle, but imagine there's the handle that is sort of a crescent shape, half circle shape, and it goes up and down. And so you sort of turn it to lock it, and then the top sort of notch bit on that hole hooks over it. You have to sort of wiggle it a bit, but that's the point. And then it's there. Now, originally it's for kids not being able to accidentally open it and fall out of the window. But if a burglar breaks in, I mean, yes, technically they can take it off. Anybody can take it off, but it's more awkward. It adds a few seconds. If you're doing it from the outside, it's probably more difficult. And so the idea is you want to make it take as long time as possible so they'll give up, or make it as noisy as possible so that they'll give up. So that's one sort of really, really simple thing. You can just hook over your window latches. If you're in a rental place, of course, it's not going to leave any lasting mark or anything. So that was pretty cool.
That is actually because when I was in my 3rd year in Japan, I had a little ground floor flat.
Right.
And I got a phone call at work one day from the police who said, one of your neighbors saw someone trying to break into your flat. So please come and just check everything. And the way they were breaking in was they drilled through the doors, the sliding doors, and then they were going to use a wire to push the latch open. Which this would prevent.
Right. Yeah, you have to break the glass.
So, yeah. Fortunately, they ran away before actually getting into my flat. Not that there was anything interesting in there.
Right.
But,
wow.
Yeah, the other thing you can do is put a stick in the rail so the door can't physically open without removing the stick, basically.
So just to help people watching to visualize it, you've got your sliding. So most windows are either full size or half size, and they're sliding like that. So you're saying that the bottom part here, you would have a stick thing on one half of the window so that you can't physically open it any further because
exactly. You just drop it into the rail space, and then the door cannot physically open without removing that.
That's a good one.
And that's really it's a really low tech.
Yep.
Literally a stick.
By the way, this one is called, what's that? Is that Crescento?
Not crescent.
Is that Kagi, or what's that character there?
Yeah, I think it's
Kagi. Okay.
It looks like it might be Kagi.
Stop bar. So stopping it from turning. 4 in a pack for, I think it was like 1,000 yen or something like that. Everything is roughly 2,000 yen-ish. The next thing that is kind of similar and also doesn't require any alteration to your property, so good if you're renting, is this little thing. So it goes like that. If you're listening to the audio version, I apologize for this. It looks like a kind of little chair, doesn't it? These two slots here go into the slot where your window slides. So your window is above here, and the bottom part of the window here. This goes into the two slots where the runners of the window would go. And then you turn this screw here, which sort of squeezes them together and locks it into place. And then, just like with your broom handle, you can't open.
That's a little clamp, isn't it, that blocks the rail?
Yeah. So you want to open the window, you just unscrew it a couple of turns and it opens. Really effective, works very well. This is by SEPA, S-E-P-A. I've seen other brands. And that was Amazon for I don't know how much, but not very much. And it's got kind of rubber bits, so you're not going to damage the window when you clamp it on. That's nice. Very cool. And then kind of similar. So I was thinking it would be cool to have a sticker, at least secom sticker or something, to scare people away.
Are you
But
allowed
yeah,
to do that? Like, are you
no,
allowed
you're
to
not.
falsely claim to have
Other people
house
haven't
dog?
had that idea. Yeah, it wasn't my idea. And no, they're very strict about forbidding the sale of it. Now, if there are, I think I found
How about if you
three.
make your own with a printer?
I thought about that too, but it's metallic, shiny. It's quite difficult to forge. I suppose from a distance you could try, yeah. But I've seen people sell it on Mercari for, I think, about 5,000 yen for one sticker.
Wow.
And I was following one sale and it got taken down a day later. So clearly they're pretty strict about not allowing that. But
Yeah.
RetireJapan viewers, I found a workaround. There is a thing called the Alsoc lock. Secom don't seem to do one, but Alsoc, for about 2,000 yen, sell just the lock on its own for the window. And it works in the same way. It's got a little sort of metal switch here, which you can put up or down. And if you put it in the up position, then it blocks the window. But if you, oh, there we go. If you fold it down, then the window will slide past, which means basically you have to stick this onto your window. So if you're renting, it might leave a mark, I'm not sure. But it's a clever thing. So let's say, all right, you sort of stick it onto your window like that. You can still slide the window open and closed, or you can, lock the window here. But on the other side, the naughty burglar, when he comes along, or she, is going to see the Alsoc sticker. How about that? So that's the one way of getting around it. And you could stick this on any window or door, even if you don't use the lock function on the back. If you just want a sticker, that's the cheapest way I found of getting a sticker.
How much is that?
It was about 2,000 yen.
Everything's 2,000 yen. It's like
by coincidence, yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
They've decided that people that care about home security, but not enough, will pay about 2,000 yen.
Yes. And then the final thing I've got, which has nothing to do with the windows and doors, but it's just one of these timers. This is the Revex. I've actually got 3 of these now. PT77, or the latest one's a different number, but a Revex Consento timer, I think it is. A timer for the plug. You put in a little table lamp or something in the bottom and put it on the timer for to come on at night or whatever.
So that's mainly if you're going to be away for like a week or two, isn't it?
I thought so, but in the room I'm in now, actually, we don't use it very often. And so now I've just left this on at night in this room only. We usually keep the door closed.
Oh, it looks like someone's up.
Yeah.
Even if you're asleep, it looks like someone isn't asleep, and therefore it's more dangerous. But
as it turns out, I am often up through the night with late night business calls anyway. But when I do go to bed eventually, this will be on.
Nice.
So, and dead cheap. Recommend that as well. There is one I've ordered which hasn't arrived yet as well, which is called Fake TV Light in Japanese. Fake TV Light.
Of course.
I've seen one in action. And again, I'm pretty sure it's 2,000 yen. I wish it had arrived, but it's been delayed. You plug it in and it's a bunch of LEDs on like a 5x5 or like 2-inch squared little panel thing. And they sort of come on in a random pattern that is made to look like the glow of a TV. So you get it, point it at the window or the wall or something.
The curtains. Get it on the curtains.
The curtains, right.
Diffusing it. Yeah.
And then from the outside, it looks like the TV is on, apparently.
Nice.
Maybe I can report on it next month when it arrives, but seems like a good...
We can have a regular spot.
Yeah, what new gadgets have we discovered? So, there you go. I mean, whether they work really well or not, I don't know, but anything that's going to make you not a target or less.
Well, I think you've got kind of 2 strategies here, haven't you? One is, and I think this is probably more effective actually, is to not stand out. So don't live in the expensive house in the nice area, and then you're not going to be targeted, because this sounds like it was a targeted thing, maybe like these Yami Baito gangs that we've seen in the news a lot, where shadowy masterminds contact foolish young people and form them up into like gangs. It's like pop-up gangs that don't know each other, and then send them to specific houses to break in and basically do that. So the way to avoid that is not to be on those lists and not to stand out. And then you've got the opportunistic people who are just gonna go in through an empty open window or something. And for that, it's just stuff like lock the door, like many people don't, right? And then stuff like have gravel, outside windows, so it makes noise when people walk on it,
that's a good
or
idea.
flood, those solar floodlights that
Oh.
come on, motion sensor type stuff.
Yes, yes.
Real or fake cameras. I think our mansion building has fake cameras.
Really?
It's got a bunch of
wow.
yeah, it's got a bunch of cameras, and then you look at them really carefully, and they're not plugged into anything. So it's like, okay.
They must be wireless. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Straight
wireless
to
installed in the 80s. Yeah.
Straight to the satellite.
And then like have a dog or pretend to have a dog, right? Like
yes. Oh, that's another thing I forgot. For again, under 2,000 yen, we bought a dog bowl.
And where did you put it?
Just outside our sort of front window thing, yeah. Because I mean, we do actually have a lot of friends with dogs that walk past, and we have chat and pet the dogs. So in the summer, we can give them
they could have some water. Yeah. Nice. Is it a really big dog bowl? Like this dog is huge. Like
not as big as it looked in the photo. Not that big, but
nice.
Maybe one day we'd like a dog at some point anyway. But yeah, we've got the bowl now, so we're ready.
Yeah, I'm thinking of getting Dobermans for Castle Retire Japan eventually.
Okay.
Have a couple of Dobermans roaming the grounds and stuff.
Oh, right, yeah.
Because they don't bark, right? They just kind of show up and stare at you. Like
really? That's scary. Wow.
At night, and they're black, right? So
yeah.
Coming out of the darkness. Yeah.
They'll be walking around your moat.
Yeah, basically. And then because then you've got the do you have a fence or not? Because if you have a fence, you can't see inside it.
Right.
And being visible from outside is really useful, right? If it's invisible, then the bad guys can do whatever they want, right?
Yeah, once they're over the fence, they can hide and take the time. Yeah.
So yeah, that's a project for the future, because right now we live in a mansion, and our mansion is a concrete tube. And on one end, there's a balcony. We're on the 3rd floor, and the balcony faces the busiest road in Sendai. So
okay.
Anyone climbing up onto the balcony is going to be in full view of a whole bunch of people.
Right.
And then the other side has a metal door. It's like, good luck. So yeah, the only way people are getting in is if we let them in, and that's the other side of it, isn't it? Like being careful.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So we have this inner door, so I'm actually tempted to put some kind of lock on that.
Right. Yeah.
So we have an airlock. So even if you open the front door, the other door doesn't open unless you whatever.
Very secure.
Maybe put a camera in there, like.
Yeah.
And we have thought about ALSOC, but I don't think we need it just yet.
Right. Yeah.
So.
Well, we're looking into it. I think. So we have Secon for a house insurance, and I think you get a discount if you've got the alarm setup as well.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, I don't know how much though. Let's have a look.
Yeah, I mean, basically, this is not a huge thing in Japan. Like burglaries are fairly uncommon. There's some really high-profile news stories about it. Some kind of horrific kind of break-in murder type things, but vanishingly rare, isn't it?
Yeah.
So like I say, 26 years, I've had one time where someone tried unsuccessfully to get into my flat. So yeah.
So we look through some of the comments. So Danny
definitely, yeah, let's do some.
Hello, Danny. Has just asked actually, are burglaries becoming more common? Yeah, I think a lot of it is perception. I was looking
possibly,
actually
like there's been a lot of news stories about foreign gangs and this whole Yami Baito thing, and they might be getting slightly more common, but it's still vanishingly rare, isn't it?
Yeah, when they're on the main national news compared to stories on the national news in other countries, then it's like, okay, if that's like this is the worst that we have basically on any particular day, then it's okay. It's not as bad as other places.
Exactly.
Foregone conclusion. Hello, good evening. Most sliding doors have a sliding stopper built in at the bottom. I don't think ours does actually, but I know what you mean.
Oh yeah, there's a little latch, isn't there?
No, this one doesn't. I'd like to get these changed to double glazed windows
actually. Yeah, we got those. I'm going to talk about that later, but yeah, we got those inner windows put in.
Oh, what are they called?
Well, the depends on the manufacturer. So
Oh, right, okay.
Lixil ones are
Oh,
called In Plus, and that gives you another latch. So it's a whole extra set of windows. So now on our balcony that's in full view, we have the original double glazing, and then an additional double glazing inside it. So you'd have to get through 4 panes of glass to get in.
does that require actual like modifications to your home?
Well, no, that's why they're so popular in mansions, because you're not allowed to change the outside of the mansion. So
Oh,
you're not allowed to change the windows. You're not allowed to change the front door in any way. So what they do is they install it on the inside, and you do own the inside, so you can do that. So what it requires is you need to put in an extra frame, and then the windows, which are kind of pre-manufactured somewhere, just slot in. So it takes about an hour and a half to install them.
oh wow.
And it's a really good. And actually at the moment there's loads of subsidies if you want to install them. Someone was writing about, actually on the forum. So on the forum someone was writing about, going through the process of applying, and it seems like they could get most of the cost back from Tokyo.
Really?
Yeah, like huge subsidies. We didn't get a big subsidy. We got about 20% back, but still better than nothing.
Yeah.
And I'm really glad we did it. It's an amazingly good upgrade.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I've just put a link to the official InPlus website. Yeah, so probably other manufacturers got a similar thing, but that sounds very cool. Wow. Foregone conclusion, speaking of Windows, has a good point. Yes, I haven't got this yet, but I want to. Sheeting, you can, I think it's just a sticky, transparent sheet that you can put onto your window on the inside, and it just stops it from shattering, either when somebody breaks it or tries to break it, or in a typhoon or earthquake. I think it would stop it.
And also kids, yeah, because especially if it's older, if it's not safety glass, then it's really dangerous. If someone breaks it, so yeah, that would stop. That would help. If kids accidentally broke a window, they're not going to cut themselves.
UFI solar security camera. Not heard of that. UFI or OFI. Solar, which has Wi-Fi apparently. Sounds good. Oh right, it's like a self-contained unit you stick on the outside. That looks good. Cool. Good tips. Wow, this is excellent. They're very helpful. Thank you. Question from Starlight Mist. That's a good name. Are you allowed to have a piano if you own a mansion?
It depends on the building. So we do have a piano, actually. It's kind of left over from when my kids were younger. But yeah, you can have a piano in this mansion. But this mansion is... So there's different types of mansion. There's mansions that were built for owner-occupiers, which tend to be better. And then there's mansions that were built for rentals, and they tend to be less good, cheaper, worse insulation, and so on. So this mansion was built just before the bubble burst. So it's really well built, apparently. And we have basically no issues with noise. And yeah, we do have a piano, and yeah, it seems fine.
That's good. I suppose,
but it's going to depend. So you need to check with the mansion kind of Kanri Inkai type people, the kind of admin committee. They'll be able to tell you. We have very strict rules on what kind of flooring you can put down, for example.
Right, I was going to say you might need a reinforced flooring as well if it's a piano.
Like when you change the floor, it has to have a certain amount of like rubber and stuff in there to reduce sound and stuff, as per the building regulations.
Okay, wow, sounds like you live in a really nice place. And next
to the
busiest
nice. It's not bad for 9 million yen,
wow.
Which is what it cost.
Next to the busiest street in Sendai, Aobadori.
No, so it's the busiest road, not street. It's Route 45, which is one of the big kind of arterial things, and we live near the port.
Too much.
So we have all the truck traffic. Everything coming out of Sendai port basically drives past our place, which is why we have quadruple glazing, because otherwise it'd be very, very noisy as well.
Right. Yeah. And Krishna says they also have the same extra window panes on the inside. I'm going to look into this. This is so cool.
It's fantastic. I've got a blog post about it in quite a lot of detail on the Retire Japan site.
Cool. Well, let me find that for them.
Retire Japan Windows.
Okay. Home improvement windows. There we go. Wow. This website's quite good. This RetireJapan. Oh, yeah. I should probably bookmark that.
It's very niche. It's been around for a while, but
Oh,
no one
I see.
really reads it.
Right. Wow. Ivan Wilf, hello. Lived 7 years in Tokyo and bought a house in Tochigi. Oh, I like Tochigi again. So excited to live in a brand new detached house, something you can't afford in Tokyo, yeah. But scared at the same time since I've never lived in Inaka. Oh, what? I think it'll be wonderful. If it's your own home, then it's, first of all, that's a wonderful feeling, isn't it? Having like something that you own and you do what you like with, even if you don't, just knowing that you can, I think makes a difference.
I think a house is going to be a really big upgrade as well, like just in terms of what you can do and stuff.
Yeah, just storage space. And then Tochigi is still relatively close to the city. Even Utsunomiya, I stayed in Utsunomiya one time, really like that. Yeah, cool. Congratulations. Some more information from Foregone Conclusion. Talking of buildings.
Foregone Conclusion's really into this stuff. I like
into it, yeah, on a roll.
We've discovered something.
Always check before buying that the building is allowed to be rebuilt if reconstruction is needed. A lot of going to get burnt on that one down the line. A lot of people going to get burnt on that one down the line. So at some point, if reconstruction is needed, they might just knock it down and not rebuild it. I suppose, or be forced to sell it.
It's the mansion problem, isn't it? So mansions can be used for like 50, 60 years, and then they probably need to be rebuilt. And then what happens when that happens is the really big question.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to have to pay to have it rebuilt, because that's basically buying the mansion again.
Right. Yeah.
The strategy in Tokyo is you make a bigger mansion and you sell the new units that weren't there before, and that subsidizes the rebuild. But that's basically not possible in a lot of places. So
right.
We bought ours as a, this is it, and at some point it's not going to exist, and it's a lot. It's basically a loss, but we're quite happy to live in it in the meantime.
The price you pay for it, yeah.
Exactly. And hopefully we'll get my my wife's parents' house at some point.
Yeah. Well, maybe not hopefully too soon.
Well, I mean, at some point. Her mum's going to outlive me, though, I'm sure. This is the woman that goes to the gym every day.
Oh wow.
Oh, seriously, like she's doing squats and stuff, and they add like way healthier than I am.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, if you buy a house as well, check whether you will have permission to rebuild it as well if necessary.
Yeah, my in-laws' place cannot be rebuilt.
Oh,
because it is too close to a cliff. So when it was originally built, that was fine. New housing regs mean you can't rebuild it. So when we renovated it, we had to leave the shell up so that it was technically the same building, and they just rebuilt everything inside it. But it's the same shape it was originally.
I see. Right. Okay.
Like, they left up the girders and rebuilt the walls and everything else.
Right. Same structure. Officially, it's an adapted structure, then, I suppose.
Yeah. So from a satellite image, it looks the same.
Okay. Right. Final comment for the moment is "What's up, bro?" Hello, Doug Fu. What's up? Right. Did you all want? Wait a minute. Okay, you just sneaked in there. How do you avoid inheritance tax on in-law houses? Okay, so you inherit a house. I don't think you can avoid inheritance tax.
There's tax breaks if you live there already, for example. So if you lived with your in-laws before inheriting it, if it's your home, I think there's a tax break. Most houses are not really worth anything. And, the inheritance tax is going to be based on the assessed value, not the market value.
Which is
although it seems that rule is going to change.
Oh, really?
They're cracking down, because basically that was the mansion tax dodge. You buy a mansion in Tokyo or something, and the assessed value is nowhere near the current market value. And so when you inherit it, you pay tax based on the assessed value, which is what your property tax is based on.
Right, which is usually lower.
Yeah, exactly. But I think the tax office is going to change that so that they can say, nope, the market value is this, and therefore you're going to pay tax on that kind of thing. But at the moment, it's still not. So, yeah, it depends on which kind of house it is. But for example, my in-laws' place is worth nothing basically. So when when we inherit it, there's not going to be a big tax bill.
Right. Yeah. I should point out here that we are not tax professionals, so please make sure you do get advice from a tax professional or even your local tax office, who we found have been very helpful.
Tax office is great in Japan.
Do mansions in Japan have strata council meetings regularly? I think it depends on the mansion. The one I lived in didn't have a meeting ever.
So we have, I think it's 5 people are on the committee, and it changes every year. I'm going to be on it in 2 years' time, which is not a fun prospect. They have meetings, and then once a year we have an open meeting where all the owners can attend, but basically no one does, and they all fill in a ballot. So you get this thing beforehand with all the voting proposals, and you're encouraged to just submit that instead of attending. So I don't think anyone actually goes to the meetings, but they do have meetings. I think they have to have meetings once a year for everyone to discuss the budget and proposals and so on.
Right. And then Krishna is asking how to apply for property tax returns. I don't know if you can apply for a tax return.
Well, you get your property tax bill, which is based on the registration of your ownership of the property. You can dispute it, I believe. So if you think the assessed value is wrong, you can ask them to look at it.
Right.
But I'm not sure. I think you'd have to go to the Homekyok, which, funnily enough, is the same. They handle land registration, but they also handle naturalization. So
do both in one trip.
So I've been hanging out there a bit more than usual recently.
Of course, right. Yeah. Well, we can move on actually from property and protection and stuff to your naturalization process. Any updates on that? Over the past
no. So I was supposed to have another interview in January where I was going to hand in some documents, and unfortunately I double booked myself. So we went to Appy instead, which I'm really glad we did because it was amazing.
Oh, right.
Appy's a ski resort, and it's quite popular with the Australian crowd. So it's very busy in season and it's incredibly expensive. But we basically left it a bit late to book. We couldn't find a hotel room except for the first week of January. So we went then, which was when my naturalization interview was supposed to be.
Okay.
And we found that all the Japanese people had gone back to work and all the foreign tourists hadn't arrived yet.
Because it's too close to the holidays.
So it was empty. And we found that from this year, Appy has a discount for Tohoku residents.
Oh.
So lift prices, when we started going, were about 4,000 yen a day. And this year they've gone up to 9.
Wow.
Which, for 3 people, that's
Yeah.
painful if you're going for 3-4 days, right? But if you live in Tohoku and you have, ID that has a Tohoku address, that goes down to 5,000.
That's good.
Which I think is awesome. That's an awesome way to address kind of tourist pricing, basically.
Yeah.
Don't have a foreigner price, have a price, and then say, okay, so residents, you get a discount kind of thing.
Yep. I've seen that where they expand it beyond the one prefecture. So this and the neighbouring prefectures, I think, not for skiing.
This was all 6. Funnily enough,
right.
Appy used to have a 3 prefecture discount just for the northern prefectures, and so Sendai or Miyagi wasn't included. I guess because we were the bigger, kind of richer city, so we didn't get the discount before. But now they've expanded it to the whole 6 prefectures in Tohoku, which obviously includes Miyagi.
Yeah, that's a really good idea. So that's your naturalization process coming on. So wait for updates.
So it's a 3-month wait. So every time I call them up to book an interview, it's going to take 3 months before you can have a slot. So at this rate, I might be naturalized in about 10 years' time.
No.
So the whole process takes a year or 2 normally, right? But it's just taking forever to get these appointments.
Yeah.
I think if you have a lawyer, you can save a lot of time because the lawyer will do all the paperwork stuff and just go and hand it in. And so you only have 2 interviews if you have a lawyer. But if you don't have a lawyer, you have multiple interviews where you're handing in paperwork or talking about paperwork or getting told to bring more paperwork and stuff like that. So.
And Ayush says, hello, Ayush. The PR, which is permanent residency, the processing times for that are almost 2 years now.
That's probably in Tokyo. Like, it really depends on which office you're going through. But yeah, I mean, even Sendai, it's taking 4 months to get a visa renewal, whereas it used to be a couple of weeks, right? So they're really overwhelmed, it seems. Yeah. So the one possible kind of benefit to putting the visa fees up is if they hire some more immigration officers to actually process things. Because it's a bit of a mess at the moment, I think, immigration.
Yeah, sounds like it. Should we do these other couple of questions here as well?
Yeah, let's kill the questions.
Unrelated, but we'll do it. Adrian Camille Lunson, hello. If you are a business owner, can you also do those retirement accounts? By retirement accounts, do you mean the iDeCo accounts?
So yeah, obviously, as an individual, you can do NISA and iDeCo. As a business owner, you have something called the small medium kyosai, so the Chusho Kigyo Kyosai, which is a savings scheme which is tax advantaged. Lots of small business owners do that. There's also something called iDeCo Plus, which is where the company can contribute money to people's iDeCo accounts or employees' iDeCo accounts. So that's something that might be of interest as well.
Right. What was the name of the thing you said? Chusho or something?
Yeah, Chusho, like middle small kigyo, so a business, middle small business kyosai. And they have a savings scheme where you can basically put money away and it's an expense for the company.
Okay. I'll put the Japanese for that in the comments if you want to copy and paste that. And that is separate to the iDeCo. Can you have both at the same time?
You can. So yeah, a small business owner can reduce their income by 1.5 million a year easily just using those two.
Oh, wow.
Their taxable income, not their income. It's quite easy to reduce your income, but you can reduce your taxable income by putting money into those.
Right. And that's separate to NISA, which is nothing to do with retirement. NISA is a separate investment or savings account, also tax efficient. Speaking of which, I had a question about NISA. Sanath, just tuning in. Hello. Is an AMA? Yeah, kind of. People can ask questions.
Yeah, it's not very structured, is it?
Can you invest in gold via Tsumitate NISA? Tsumitate NISA is the NISA where you automatically make payments every month. The alternative is a regular growth NISA where you just put in money whenever you want to, up to your limits, of course. So can you invest in gold in the Tsumitate NISA, and should you?
So Tsumitate NISA, you can only buy mutual funds, and you can only buy mutual funds that are on an approved list and that are offered by your broker. If there's a gold fund in there, and there probably is, then you could buy it in Tsumitate NISA. Yes. Should you? Don't know. I'm not a huge fan of gold just because it doesn't do anything. It just sits there being shiny. But having said that, it's gone up hugely in the last year or two, which might be a reason not to buy it, because if the price has gone up this much, is it going to keep going up? Probably not. Might revert to the mean. It really depends. I think if you want to buy some, then don't go mad with it. Just get a small proportion of your portfolio in gold and see how you do with that.
Yeah, that's what I've done. I've got a small amount just so I can balance out the rest of it, a bit of diversification.
Is it up hugely over the last year or so?
Yeah, I didn't really intend that to happen. I just expected it's not going to do much, but it's sort of like it stops me being too focused in any particular area. But yeah, it's gone up by itself. In fact, it worries me a bit. And so my son the other day was saying, "Oh, should I get gold? Should I get gold?" And my instinct was like, no, it's gone up a whole lot. You don't buy when things are high. Since then, gone up 3% in a couple of days. So what do we know? We know nothing.
We know nothing. We're not giving advice. Yeah. But So
It's up to you.
The only thing if you want to buy some gold, just like if you want to buy some Bitcoin or you want to buy a specific stock that you think is doing well, don't put too much of your net worth into it, basically. So you want to broadly stick to index funds if you're investing, like a world stock fund, a US stock fund, Japanese stock market stock fund, that kind of thing. And then, have a side bet where you're putting some money on gold because you think gold might do really well. And then if it doesn't do really well, it doesn't kill your investment returns.
Right. Yeah. Adrienne Camille Lunson was asking about the name of the account. So I put it in Japanese there, but that's a separate one, which is for individuals as well. It's called Ideco. Let's write that down, shall we? Ideco, which is very good. Krishna, I meant the Jutaku Kareire Kin.
Okay. Yeah, so the mortgage tax break.
Right.
So you have the mortgage tax break. I think it's currently 13 years. It used to be 10. So if you have an older one, you have 10 years of this tax break. It's really generous. The way you apply for it is you need to do a tax return. So even if you don't do a tax return normally, you're an employee and your employer handles your taxes, that first year of having a mortgage, when you apply for the mortgage tax break, you have to do a tax return, and then it'll get registered on the system. And then after that, you don't need to do the tax return anymore. But you need to do it once just to get it set up. Yeah. And just go into the tax office and they'll do it for you, basically.
Right. You need what we did with ours. When we bought the house, we got, I think, 10 or 13 photocopies of this one form, one to use each year. So I've got to keep these for 13 years without losing it. Oh no, the pressure. And then each year you fill in the same thing with slightly different numbers, and then hand that into the tax office.
Yeah.
Ayush is continuing with NISA, Tsumitate NISA topic, a little hack to kind of fill your Tsumitate NISA, which should normally be a regular once a month thing, effectively fill it like a growth NISA kind of. So when they got their bonus back in December, put in 100,000 or set it to take out 100,000 yen once a month, and then put the date. When that happened, the following day, then go in and change the date so you could then immediately get another bunch of money invested in the NISA. So basically, you make it irregular by quickly changing the date, which I suppose it looks like that's possible if you want to do that.
Once it's running, though, I mean, it's personally, I just leave it. The monthly payment goes in. Some people like to, for example, set the monthly investment to 100 yen. And then you can do a kind of bonus of the rest. And that allows you to invest the entire Tsumitate NISA amount pretty much in January. The thinking there is, you want to have more time in the stock market. But for me, it's too much hassle. And also, you've got the dollar cost averaging benefit to putting money in monthly, even though mathematically you should do better by putting everything in January. It's psychologically comforting not to do that.
Yeah,
for some people.
Yeah. Okay, other topics now. Kiwi Thriller, good name. Hello. How fast can you read something like a Japanese newspaper compared to an English one? Probably about half speed, I should think, for me.
Okay, so I read really quickly in English. I'm a really strong reader in English. In Japanese, it's painful how slowly I read. So, I can read a novel in a day in English, kind of normal size novel. But in Japanese, it takes me weeks to read one book, right? So I try and read these investment books in Japanese, and it takes me weeks and weeks. And reading the newspaper, it's very slow for me.
Yeah. I don't know if you have the same thing, but there'll be characters that I don't know in Japanese, and so I'll just skip over them and try and assume the meaning from the context or something. I also find that there are characters where I understand the meaning from what it looks like, but I don't know how to pronounce it. So for reading
yes to both of those. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So if I had to read a newspaper out loud, I would stumble quite a bit.
Right. Yeah. Me too. Yeah. Wishful thinking to get a visa in a couple of months now. Yeah, I suppose it depends where you are in the country, but
yeah. I mean, even Sendai, which is not a super busy place, like some of the teachers that work for my wife, they used to get visas in a few weeks, and now it's taking 4, 5, 6 months. Like it's ridiculous.
Yeah, crazy. Can you just read the one out about the precious metal ETFs, please? And I'm going to look up the answer.
Are there any metal ETFs which are cobalt? I really doubt it.
What do they mean by cobalt there?
There's a metal, isn't it? It's a specific.
Oh, they mean a cobalt ETF. Oh,
Yeah.
I shouldn't think so.
Yeah, that's a bit too specific, isn't it? Although maybe, but the thing is, even if there is one in the US or something, it's somewhat unlikely that it's going to be carried by brokers here in Japan.
Here we go. ETFs. Okay, so I'm on my SBI account, SBI Shortken, and it's got a page where it says list of ETFs and ETNs. Oh, it's changed since I did it last time. No. Okay, here we are. There are 9 gold funds, and then Sonota is 25. Let's see what that says. Okay, we've got one for platinum, gold, palladium. Oh. Silver, platinum, palladium. There's a bucket of different ones there, and then various commodities, grains. Okay, I can't see anything for cobalt. The only thing I can see here are palladium, platinum, silver, and then of course there's gold as well.
Yeah, I'm looking at the Tokyo Stock Exchange. They've got grains, oil, natural gas, silver, aluminum, nickel, but no cobalt. Sorry.
All right. I'm surprised there is
soybeans.
Oh, there is a copper one as well.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Copper and nickel. Yeah, I found the same thing. Okay. Yeah.
So I think it's a bit too niche, really. Precious metals, gold, silver, platinum.
Right. Krishna is just confirming the tax deduction on the outstanding home loan amount. Yeah. 60/40 portfolio is dead now. Right. So this is quite interesting. If you're into sort of portfolio management and diversification, there is like a sort of long-standing rule of a 60/40 portfolio where 60% of your portfolio should be in stocks and 40% would be in bonds. You could adjust that over time as you get older, but that's kind of like a really standard basic thing. And for conclusion is saying maybe it needs to be balancing now to 60 of stocks, 20 of bonds, and 20 of gold, say. Possibly. Is it too late now that gold has gone shooting up? Possibly. I don't know for sure, but it's interesting that there are different.
Damn it! I'm trying to find my portfolio book.
All right.
But I would never have 20% gold. That is insane. I haven't seen anyone recommending that.
It may even be 20% for some people now because it's gone up so much.
Oh, yeah. At which point, do you want to rebalance to bring it back to where you wanted to?
Doesn't Ray Dalio's portfolio recommend something close to that? I'm pretty sure.
He's 25, yeah. The permanent portfolio. But he stole that from the freedom in the Harry Brown, right? How I Found Freedom in an Unfree World. The permanent portfolio is like 25% cash, 25% gold, 25% stocks, 25% bonds, something like that.
There you go. Yeah.
Where is it?
Right. Yeah. There are so many different portfolio allocations. There's a couple of good websites. I can't find them right now, but where they list all of the different ones. So they've got fancy names like there's the butterfly portfolio, the all-weather portfolio, or portfolio based on the person's name who invented it, and they kind of track them all over time. But who knows whether the performance, of course, past performance, whether it's going to be the same as future performance.
And at the end of the day, remember, as an individual, you are not trying to win or beat the market or whatever. You're just trying to reach your goals, right? Your financial goals, which might be retire comfortably. It might be, not have to worry about things. And that's all you need to do. So don't get too caught up in, trying to win because no one cares. There isn't a, prize for having the best portfolio or whatever. You just want to make sure you get to where you need to get to. And don't risk money that you need in order to make money that you don't need, right?
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah.
Which I think Buffett said about the long-term capital guys that had that fund that just blew up, basically. So they got too clever with the market.
Right. We are not a political channel, so if please forgive me if we skip over question on Trump and world economy, because we don't really know what's going to happen anyway. Right. Is the mortgage tax break limit of 20 million yen on your gross income or your taxable income?
Not sure. Sorry. Hasn't come up. So yeah, I mean, you do, let's have a quick look. So you can check with the tax office, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I don't know. We'd have to
Right.
do a bit of research for you. And
Yeah.
I've never made 20 million, so it's never really come up.
Kiwi Thriller again. If I make, so again, we're not tax professionals, okay? But the question is, if I make less than 1 million yen of salary per year, do I still need to go to the tax office for that?
That's a really good question. Possibly not. You can always go and ask them, is the other thing. Like, it's quite easy to pop in and say, hey, here's my thing. Probably not. Like, the personal deduction and then whatever else you're paying, it might take your taxable income to zero. Not sure. I would go and ask the tax office or your employer if you have one.
Yeah.
If you have an employer, then you don't need to do a tax return anyway. So
the tax office here does actually have a phone helpline and an online chat thing, although I didn't find it was that good. But the online phone service I used, that was very good as well. It might be Japanese only, I think.
I went to the tax office to ask them a question, and they made me call the phone line because they didn't know the
really?
answer.
Oh, dear.
So you could save yourself a step there by not going to the tax office in the first place.
Right. Have we passed a JLPT exam? I think we both have, haven't we?
I've passed 2. I got JLPT 2 in my second year. I think this is before the N, so I'm a pre-N. And then it took me like eight tries to get JLPT 1 because I basically wasn't studying for it. I just took it every year.
But you got it, did you?
Eventually.
Oh,
like
really?
the monkey who eventually will type out Hamlet. Right?
Oh, right. I just did level 2 many years ago, and yeah, I haven't tried to do level 1.
Yeah, I got it in 2008, and funnily enough, no one has ever asked to see the certificate.
Right. Yeah.
So I've applied for jobs. It's on my CV. No one has ever asked for proof.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, you can just say you have it.
Yeah.
It won't make any difference.
SMC 6675. Do we know of any low-cost ETFs for? And then the comment is lost after that. So please feel free to write back if you got that.
Yeah. There are lots of low-cost ETFs, but yeah, too many to mention.
Oh, okay. And then, sorry, continuing, I'm jumping down a bit, but where do you click to find the list of metal ETFs on SBI? I don't know if it's available without SBI account. So just let me try opening in a different browser.
Generally, the brokers have tabs for each type of investment. So you'd have an ETF tab. You'd click on there and then search.
There we go. No, it is visible to even if you're not logged in. So, okay. SBI. I'll put it in the comments now. It is all in Japanese, but you can do a search. There are 4 sort of rows of check boxes. The 4th row has got other things other than bonds and stuff like that. Basically, it's commodities, that 4th row. So there you go. Should be useful. Back up. We've got a lot of questions, so I'm going to go through more. Sanat1231. What have I learned is that markets over the long term usually balance out. If you're invested in index funds, they usually average out about 14 to 15% returns. But this is not investment. Yeah, this is not investment advice. In my head, I just stick with 7% long term because then that doubles over 10 years. It's a nice sort of number to base things on from investing.
Yeah, that seems reasonable. And that's kind of an after inflation type of number as well. So
right. So it doesn't really matter how you structure your investments as long as you're invested for the long run. I would agree with that. Obviously, none of this matters if you're looking for some quick money, which is a whole other ball game. Yep, and not really what we focus on at Retire Japan. So yeah, I agree with you.
Oh, did you see that they just made an anime about a university student, female university student, who
Right.
starts doing forex trading?
No. As in, like, warning people against it, or like the
No,
excitement?
no, no. Like
Oh, really?
her, her like
Ups and downs.
challenge to get to 20 million yen by doing forex trading at night after her university classes.
Oh,
I
what?
think we're close to the top of the bubble at this point.
Right. Oh no. For the record, I don't think either of us are really in favor of forex trading to make money.
Yeah, just don't do forex trading.
I tried it once and got burnt, and never again.
Yeah. So if someone's selling you a system to do forex trading, don't give them any money.
Right. Yeah.
Yes.
A more sensible one here. Ayush asks, I saw that the SMBC credit card, you can get 1-2% back in points if you use that to pay for Tumitate. Is it true? I don't have the credit card, but I have SBI Sec. I think so. I'm not sure if it's this credit card, but there are some credit cards where you get points and then you can use that to invest in funds provided through the credit card or whatever sort of system they've got set up.
Yeah, I think all the major online brokers have specific credit cards that you can use to buy mutual funds, and you'll get a small amount of points for doing that. So, for example, I use Rakuten Securities. I've got a Rakuten credit card. I use that to fund my Tsumitate, and I get a few thousand yen a year in points from that.
Right.
It's definitely not worth worrying about too much, but if you have the credit card anyway, then it's kind of free money. So
yeah. It's not a lot, but yeah. Oh, there's a nice one. So Ayush says, thanks to our last stream. So as a reminder, we do these roughly once a month. The next one will be on February the 25th. So the previous one, we talked a little bit about Furusato Noze, the hometown tax, where you can pay your tax bill effectively in advance and to a particular locality in Japan. And in return, they will give you a little sort of thank you gift. Or in this case, a very nice thank you gift. They got a monitor. Ayush got a monitor for his donation. Wow. The one-stop application is very easy. Oh, good. I haven't used that. I recommend that to everyone. Cool. That's a nice bit of feedback. Thank you. Dan in Japan.
So Furusato Noze does not save you tax, but you get free stuff.
Right. Yeah.
Wow. Very cheap stuff. You have to pay 2,000 yen. So.
That's true. Yes. Dan in Japan. There is another Dan in Japan. Tokyo property just exceeded 1989 bubble prices. Bond yields at 26-year highs. $500 billion in carry trade could unwind. Is Japan about to repeat history? Is this time actually different? Who knows?
Many people have predicted that, and all have been wrong so far. We'll see. I don't see many similarities between the 80s bubble and 2026 Japan, but we'll see. I don't know. We are completely agnostic on what will happen in the future.
Yeah. In was it November or December, I think it was, my bank had a special campaign, put some money into a US dollar saving account within this Japanese bank account, and they'll give you 4% interest on it for a fixed minimum 3-month or 6-month term. And I thought, yeah, but 3-6 months. I mean, I'm pessimistic on the dollar. Like the dollar's going to collapse by then, but I did it anyway. Sure enough, I've made money on it. The dollar hasn't collapsed; it's gone the opposite way. So that was worthwhile doing, but I just have no idea.
Yeah. So any kind of bank accounts in different currencies have currency risk. So just be aware of that. Yeah. If the yen strengthens, you're going to lose far more than you would have made in extra interest payments.
Right. Yeah, that was the risk. Yeah. So I just did a little bit, see what would happen. Speaking of, just talk about the bond rates going up, yields going up. SMC again asked, are we worried about the increasing Japanese bond rates? Not worried personally, because if you have a mixture of all sorts in your portfolio, then some things will go up and some things will go down. As long as everything.
My mortgage interest has gone up, though.
Oh, you're on a floating rate, eh?
I am. So it was 0.5 for the longest time, and then end of last year went up to 0.9.
That's still,
which is
less than me on the
people in other countries laugh bitterly, laugh bitterly when they hear that. Yeah.
So we got a fixed rate of 1% for 25 years.
Oh wow!
And so I see.
Well done, well played, sir. Definitely, yes.
Well, I thought so at the time, and then I see on the news that interest rates are going up. Say, ha ha ha, you'll regret it now. But then I look, and it's still lower than what we paid. Like 0.9, it's still less than what I got. But anyway.
But you know what your mortgage is going to be for the rest of the life of the mortgage. So.
Yes, yeah. Okay, K. Alexander, hi. Just hit 6 months residing in Japan again. Hey, welcome. Can I immediately hit up registering for credit cards now after 6 months? Or is it based on my water office registration date? So I guess
it's based on the credit card company's policies. And what they do in Japan, you don't have a credit rating. They look at your credit record, which is tricky because when you don't have a credit record, how do you get a credit card? And without having a credit card, how do you get a credit record? So it's this real spiral that lots of people get stuck in. There are certain credit cards that are supposedly slightly easier to get. Right. The Amazon one is meant to be slightly easier, possibly Rakuten. Saison. My first card was a Saison card. I signed up in the mall, basically, and that got me started. Once you've got one card, and you pay it off regularly for a bit, then it's really easy to get more. But getting that first card is really tricky for a lot of people. Yeah. Maybe if you buy your mobile phone on installments, that will start getting you a record, because that goes on your credit report as well.
Good idea.
Yeah. So it's judiciously don't apply for lots of cards at the same time either, because that apparently they can see that and they don't like it. So just do one at a time and see how you go. Once you've got one, you should be able to get more. But getting that first one.
Speaking of credit score, so I know somebody, I won't mention their name, but they're related to me and they're about one generation younger than me. They might have accidentally forgotten to pay their water bill. They thought it was automatic, but it wasn't. So they got a postcard saying, you haven't paid, please pay us by this date. And the date was after they received it in the post box. Sorry, before. So it had already passed. Anyway, immediately rushed down to the convenience, paid it. Does that affect your credit score, paying the water bill?
It shows up, or it could show up. If they paid it immediately after getting the note, I'm not even sure if it would go on the thing.
Oh, okay.
Because it's not delinquent.
Right.
So I actually got my credit reports a couple of years back. There's a blog post about
it.
On
that's a very good post. Yeah.
But they're not that interesting. They're just a list of any outstanding loans you have.
Oh, so it's not really that in depth then.
Not particularly. I mean, it shows all the loan kind of payments and stuff going back. And if you had unpaid or delinquent loans, that would be on there as well.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not really a credit score. You don't get a score. It's more of a record.
Oh, I see. And then they judge based on the record.
It's like your credit CV, They have a look at it and decide if they like you or not.
We've got some new people here, it looks like. Fochi and the Cartman. Hello, good to catch a stream. Good to see you.
Hey, welcome.
Nachtregen, I'm guessing from Germany. What do you think about investing in Japanese real estate market? We have talked about it in the past. There is a very good real estate summit once a year.
Oh, can I make an announcement?
Oh, yeah, please do.
So the next real estate summit is in April.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to go. So I'll be there on Sunday.
Oh, so if you want to see Ben, turn up.
It's a weekend. So Saturday, Sunday. I'll be there on the Sunday. I might be giving a little talk as part of the real estate summit.
Oh.
But yeah, that's an excellent event. And they've got all their past lectures online. So that is a great place to start looking about investing in real estate in Japan. So I don't personally do it myself. I have a mortgage on my residence, but I don't own any investment real estate in Japan or elsewhere. I don't think I'm temperamentally suited to it. I think some people are real estate people and some people are not, and I'm definitely not. So,
right. interested in it, but I've never actually pulled the trigger. Still just the house that we live in, and that's all.
You should,
But
just to make content for our our YouTube live
it's always
stream.
empty. I tell you what, I really enjoy. I enjoy looking through the listings on athome.co.jp and just thinking, oh, that's a good deal, or that's not a good deal, or oh, I wonder what that. And I'll actually go and look on the maps and research the location and stuff, and I'll never actually
Look at the hazard map and all that stuff.
Yeah. I really love that sort of investigating. I do have a REIT, though, a J-REIT, so Japan Real Estate Investment Trust, which is kind of a sort of ETF kind of thing where you can invest in real estate as though you're just buying stocks and on the stock market. So you can do it through your share broker. Can't remember the name of the one I've got now, but it's in a NISA, and yeah, they tend to have quite a good dividend yield, but sort of lower expectation of growth. Although it turns out that it's actually been growing quite well.
Yeah, I believe REITs have to pay out the vast majority of their profits as dividends, so that's why they're fairly high dividends.
I see. Okay. Again, I see that as a nice balance for the other stuff in the portfolio. Foregone conclusion is asking, is it still 10 million yen max protected in Japan? So if you have a bank account, the government will protect you in the case of the bank going bankrupt or something up to, I think it is still 10 million yen. Is that right?
Yeah, so 10 million is the guarantee. So there's a government guarantee on bank deposits per bank. So if you have an account with SMBC and then another account with a different bank, both of those are guaranteed up to 10 million yen.
Oh, right.
So the way to do it, if you had huge amounts of cash that you wanted to keep safe from the incredibly unlikely event of a bank failure in Japan, you would put them in different banks.
Right.
You put 10 million yen in a bunch of different banks, basically.
Ayush says Japan doesn't have credit bureaus like Equifax and that kind of stuff. I think they do, but maybe not exactly.
They do. They're not. Yeah. So they're the companies that keep track of your credit record, and I think there's 3 of them. Yeah. So you can.
Just reading from your blog post, CIC, JICC. So there's the 3 bureaus: the CIC, the JICC, and then the. Are you ready for this? Zenkoku Ginko Kojin Shinyo Joho Center.
Of course. I think you can apply easily to get all 3 in one.
Oh, really?
You do one application and pay a fee and get all of them. So
yeah. Oh, I see. Okay. Ayush also says that getting a credit card, going back to the question we had previously, could also depend on the type of visa that you've got. Some companies might want to see a visa of at least 2 to 3 years before they'll give you a credit card.
Possibly. I think I got my first card when I had a spouse visa. I know it was before that. No, I was engaged. I think my wife had to sign to be a guarantor, or my fiance at the time. But yeah, I wasn't married. I might have had a 3-year visa at that point. Not sure.
All right. Going back to real estate again, what is the Real Estate Summit? It's one day of various talks and just networking, all of it focused on real estate in Japan. And the ones that I've seen have focused on people wanting to buy a home to live in, people wanting to look for a property investment, talks about running an Airbnb here, talks about renovation. I think it changes each time. So have a look at the link that I posted, but it's a wide variety of stuff about real estate in Japan.
Yeah, really good. And the team that runs it are really good people. People we've had on RetireJapan before, like Emil and Ziv, and it's a great event, and there's a bunch of content around it as well. So if you're into that kind of thing, definitely worth checking out. And you can see all their past presentations, which is priceless. They have an archive of videos, basically.
Yeah, and it's not really expensive to attend, considering it's a really good resource, a live event.
Yeah, you can attend in person, you can attend online. So
yeah. Doug Fu says that it seems we're not fans of investing in real estate. Maybe it doesn't suit our temperament somehow.
That's definitely I'm just too lazy to deal with it. I think to be a good real estate investor, you have to be fairly detail oriented.
Right.
And it's certainly more of a part-time job than investing in the stock market. So investing in the stock market, you buy you buy a mutual fund and then you just leave it for 40 years and it does quite well. Whereas if you buy a house and leave it for 40 years, it's going to fall apart and you're not going to have any tenants. So
Right. Yeah, the thing that concerns me a little bit is the extra hassle of doing the taxes on it, because I think it's very tax efficient in some ways, but you've got that extra thing to worry about. If something happens to me, I'm then dumping a property on my next of kin who might not want that. So I favour simplicity, and yeah, that's why I've avoided it so far, or stick to J-REITs instead.
But if you go to the Japan Real Estate Summit, you'll find dozens, if not hundreds of people that are really into real estate investing, and they are good people to listen to about that, probably.
Yeah, I think some people must be doing it, well, clearly at the summit, but some people love it and are successful at it. So yeah, depends on the person you are. Ayush has mentioned cheaphouses.japan.com, no affiliation, but they will send you info about buying a house in Japan and cheap houses that come up for sale, apparently. So if you're interested in that, take a look.
I see stuff sometimes. I'm like, oh, that looks really cool, but it's 600 kilometers away from where I live. So yeah, we almost bought an Akia once just down the road here in Sendai.
Yeah, just
the one that got away. Yen, and when I called up to ask about it, they'd sold it that morning apparently. So.
Wow. Here's a question that comes up occasionally: Japan and dual nationality. So the first part of the question is Fochi126 says they are a dual national, UK and Japanese. How is that possible? They're a uni student, so I think they are below the age of 20, whatever it is, where you officially have to give up one of the nationalities. So that's why they're still allowed to have two, because they're young enough. Starting work soon. Nisa is set up. Excellent. Wow. What is the biggest thing you wish you had done in your first year of working in Japan? Wow, good question. And please, if you've got a good answer, leave an answer in the comment as well. What about you, Ben?
I was hopeless in the first year in Japan. So I didn't even bring enough money. So I had to, because I didn't realize I wasn't going to get paid for 7 weeks, right? Because you get your first paycheck almost 2 months after you arrive in Japan, because you paid halfway through the following month, right? So I had no idea that was going to happen. So I didn't have enough money. So I had to borrow money from the people I just met that I was working with. So not the best start. I would just say, if you're a university student now, if you can keep that university student lifestyle when you start working, and not automatically think, okay, I'm working now so I can have a nice house and I can buy a car and I can spend all my salary, it's a really good chance to set up that initial nest egg of savings that will protect you in the future.
Right. Yeah, I wish I just I at the time the rate was the opposite to what it is now, and so coming and getting a starting salary in yen, like, wow, this is fantastic. So I didn't go crazy, but I spent pretty much all of it, and I wish I hadn't done. I wish I'd saved some of it. Although you don't know that the rate is going to go the other way or whatever at that time. One silly thing I wish I had done, if I'd have known, is bought some Pokemon cards and held on to them, because it was just sort of when they were just coming out. I didn't know they even existed at the time, but looking back on it, wow, if you were into that kind of thing at the time.
Well, if we're going to play that game, I wish I'd bought Apple. And
oh, there you go. Yeah. Right, Jeff T 4966. For foreigners who lived in Japan for less than 5 years and are only taxed on remittance, do you have any strategies for saving or spending money in Japan before you become a full tax resident after 5 years?
So I think the best way to take advantage of that is to sort everything out before you come to Japan. Bring the cash with you so that you're not bringing cash over during that initial 5 year when you're not permanently tax resident. Other than that, I don't know. I mean, try not to bring money over, basically, because then you can avoid paying taxes on it.
Right. Yeah, not a lot you can do.
Can we just go back to the dual nationality thing really quickly?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Because in practice, you can be a dual national as long as you were born with both nationalities. So in theory, the government asks you to choose a nationality when you reach the age of, 20 now still, or 21?
Something like that.
And you should do that. You should choose Japan. The thing is the next step. So at that point, you're supposed to do your best to give up the other nationality, but nothing happens if you don't. Currently, under current rules. Although apparently Kimi Onoda this is one of her pet peeves, and she wants to get rid of it. So we'll see.
And we are
That's the
certainly
person
not
in charge of
encouraging.
immigration.
We are not encouraging you do this.
Well, I mean, it's government policy not to care about that.
But when you try to renew your passport, I think there's a question on the application.
There is, and you answer it truthfully. You say, I have another nationality, and they give you a passport, and nothing happens. So this applies for people who are born with both nationalities. So in practice, yes, you can be a dual national, and there's millions of them. Now, if you acquire another nationality as a Japanese person, you automatically lose your Japanese citizenship at that point.
Oh.
So say you become a US citizen, the day you become a US citizen, you cease to be a Japanese citizen, whether or not the Japanese government notices at the time. Retroactively, you have lost your Japanese citizenship automatically.
Okay.
And also the other way. So if you want to become a Japanese citizen, for many nationalities, you have to give up your citizenship as part of that process.
All right.
But there's a really big difference between people who are born with both nationalities and people who acquire them. I'm really jealous, because if I could have both legally, I would have done this decades ago.
Yeah. Sticking with that, the what to do with money within the first 5 years of being here. Is that the question? Yeah, I think. Oh no, I beg your pardon. No, we're sticking with the what do you wish you had done in your first year? And a good response here is start setting up an emergency fund, about 5 to 6 months of lifetime costs. I don't think there's a fixed month that's like monthly amount that's recommended, but a chunk of money that would get you through in some kind of emergency. It's a good question.
Definitely.
We have a new name here, Kit Ken II. Hello. I see a lot of foreigners buying houses in Japan under 80 million yen. Is that so? What's that? 10 million yen.
10 million.
Is that a smart investment for cash flow? Depends how much
to
cash
rent
you
them
got.
out. So I mean, to live in, it's a great investment. So I've heard from Ziv in particular that the highest yields in Japanese real estate are for very small apartments or mansions. So one room, single person, cheap properties have the highest yields, according to the conversation we had with Ziv a few years ago. And that might be true. So generally, if you're a landlord in Japan, it would be better to have, 5 or 6 small apartments than one nice family house. You're probably going to make more money with the small apartments.
Right. I think it depends on the location as well, because some areas of Japan may see property going up in value, and some areas will definitely see property going down in value. Attend the real estate summit or watch it online if you have questions and want to learn more. Do we have any tips for reforming an old house? There are many ways to increase energy efficiency. Do you recommend something for an optimal ROI?
Don't know about ROI, but we reformed my wife's parents' place. So we basically ripped it down and built a new house inside the shell. So it's very good. It's almost passive house standard. So the air tightness and it's got mechanical heat exchange ventilation and really good windows. That was great, but it was very expensive.
Right.
So we put in about 60% of the money, and my wife's parents paid the rest. And it was not cheap. It was basically the same price as building a new house.
Wow.
Yeah. And you can get a very decent new house from somewhere like Ichijo Komuten is famous because they prefab. They can make really efficient houses cheaply by not giving you a lot of customization options.
Oh, right. Okay.
because they build them all in Malaysia or something, and basically ship the house over and assemble it in place. But yeah, I mean, the housing quality in Japan, I think, is getting much better now. People are much more interested in decent construction, and the same with renovations. So we went through a local builder to do the renovation, and I had to tell them a few things I wanted. Like, they didn't know about mechanical heat exchange ventilation, for example, but they got a subcontractor in to do that, and they got a different subcontractor in to do the air tightness for the house. So very definitely possible.
Yeah.
But it's probably not cheap. The cheap thing would be new windows, maybe redo the insulation. I love having a second door at the genkan. So you have an inner door. So you have the outer door, and then you have the shoe space, and then you put a new door in there, and you have an airlock, basically. That really makes a big difference.
Yeah.
Because every time you open the front door, it doesn't empty the entire house of warm air or whatever.
Of course, yeah. One thing I like to do is put lagging on the pipes, so sort of like circular insulation pipe thing. Open the cupboard underneath the sink, and you can stick it on there. Outside where the boiler is, put it on there. It might prevent it from freezing as well. I don't know if it makes a massive difference, but it's really cheap to do. By coincidence, actually, so we used to have oil heaters, not like burning oil, but the actual, it's oil-filled electric radiator heaters. And I since discovered they're not that good for Japan, apparently, because if it's a wooden construction, the wood is not soaking in that heat as a brick structure would. And so as soon as it's off, it's just going to cool down. The walls are not retaining that heat. So they're not really good for that, apparently. But if you
we do have oil heaters.
Oil-filled electric ones, oil.
Yeah. We use those. I love them. But yeah, you're right. It needs to be a smaller room, and it needs to be very well insulated for it to be effective.
Yeah.
If you've got a big drafty room, it's you're basically setting your money on fire, because they're really expensive to run as well.
Yes. Now, I did see a tip just by coincidence just today. This is back in the UK, but Screwfix, which is a big sort of DIY firm in the UK, they sell sort of foil, thick metal foil, like tin foil or aluminium foil panels to go behind your radiators to reflect the heat back into the room. So if you've got that kind of heater, that's probably going to have a little effect for not much money.
Nice.
When we moved into this house, the reason why we don't have them anymore is because we have gas mains in the wall. It's just like next to the electric socket, there's a gas socket. And we bought, it was 17,000 yen, I think, so pretty cheap relatively, a gas heater. It doesn't need fitting. You just plug it in yourself. And wow, that heats up the room so quickly. And so far, it's been pretty cheap to run. So we just keep it running basically all the time. It's wonderful. And it doesn't, get the smell of gas or anything. It's very safe. Yeah. So
my in-laws' place, they put in the sockets. So we have the option to do that.
Oh, right. Oh, it's really
But it's so well insulated that just running the underfloor heating is enough for them.
Oh, yeah, underfloor heating. Wow, I would love that.
Oh, yes. With a heat pump Echo Cute thing that makes the hot water for it.
Oh.
So it's fairly effective. And then once, eventually if we end up owning it, we'll put solar panels in. They don't have solar panels at the moment. I thought it was a bit too much to explain.
Right, yeah.
As it is, like, I've had to go around like 4 or 5 times already because the TV's broken, i.e. they forgot how to use the remote control. So I'm slightly high maintenance parents, so we're not going to put any more tech stuff in there.
Oh, right. Okay. Ayush points out the gas prices have gone up recently. Yes, but so have electricity. So everything's gone up. But relatively, the gas heater is pretty good, and we really like it. 20 to 25 million yen for a new house, not in Tokyo, but somewhere else, maybe Niigata. Is that reasonable?
I think the house is going to cost 20-25 million yen.
Oh, separate to the land, maybe.
Yeah. So if you have the land already, possibly. Otherwise, nah. If you've got to buy the land, then you're going to be going with a cheaper house maker that's not going to be as high quality. Spoken as someone who knows nothing about housing other than, going around and talking to the house makers a few years ago.
Right. Okay. And of course, location does make a huge difference.
For housing though, I believe the sweet spot is a not new house that's like 10 to 15 years old, because it's going to be modern build, decent quality, and will have depreciated. So it'll be cheaper.
Yeah. For a conclusion, as mentioned before, that he likes a little whiskey, I think, and I'm going to guess that he's enjoying an evening tipple. What percent extras above the raw cost of the house, which is a really good point. So I think, from what I've researched, they'll give you this really cheap price for the house, but then when you start adding things, just like with buying a new car, I think it'll really shoot up in price if you're not careful and keep an eye on costs.
I think we went 20% over budget with the rebuild. So our budget was X amount, and they ended up charging us 20% more.
Okay.
Oh, you wanted doors? Yeah, that's extra.
Yeah. So we move on, Ben. We've had a lot of great questions. Thank you so much.
In fact, I think we can skip our second topic and do it next time.
Yeah. So,
we do prepare for these, you know. We're not just like randomly, you know. We have a little list of notes that we'll. Yeah.
So we jump to the news, do you think?
Yeah, let's do that.
Right. This is one. It's not really about finance, but it's just an interesting thing because related to tourists coming to Japan. And in Hokkaido, in Bie, which is a very nice area, they've got a trouble with over tourism. They had they've got some lovely trees looking over you get this view of the fields, especially in the snow, with one or two pretty trees on there. And I think there was a row of, was it 7 trees or something, which became a bit of a landmark. It's just a beautiful photogenic spot. But too many tourists were coming down and walking over farmers' fields to get a view. And so to prevent that, they chopped down the trees. I can't believe it. Oh.
Such a passive-aggressive, get off my land kind of reaction, isn't it? It's like that combini that put up the screen. Like, why?
Right. And apparently it hasn't worked. Tourists are still coming because there are other nice trees in the area. Just a bit disappointing that. Anyway, on to other stuff. I mentioned I opened a Prestia account and very happy with it, but I found a downside to it, and that is it's quite strict about the actual business hours. I did a bank transfer, Furikomi, the other day, and it was about 3:10 in the afternoon, and it was after their 3 p.m. cutoff, and so the money didn't come into my other account until the following day. Whereas the other bank that I've got, the Shinsei, I think 8 o'clock at night, it'll still make a transfer and I'll receive it immediately or within a few minutes. So Press is not quite as good as these sort of modern new banks. But that's the only complaint I have so far. I just people might want an update there, I thought.
Okay, so you're happy value for money, etc.
Yep. Still like it. I've been to see them a couple of times in the office, and they make you wait a long time when you go and visit, but they are very nice and give you a nice.
Give you a nice coffee and stuff.
Yeah.
Was the lemon twist?
Oh, I didn't get a lemon twist. I'm going back to complain.
That's from Beverly Hills Cop, by the way.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay. Been a long time since I saw that. Prestia is the only English-speaking bank, as far as I know. What's your reason to choose it? I just heard so many people say good things about it, and I was getting a bit disillusioned with Shinsei Bank. So I thought I'd give it a try, and also good content for RetireJapan. I try things out.
Definitely. Thank you for your sacrifice for our content.
But Ben, you've got a news update for another English-speaking bank, I think.
Yeah, so Sony Bank launched a couple of years ago. I signed up, of course, because it was interesting and to get content.
Yeah,
I haven't really used it. Like they're big on currency, so they have multi-currency accounts and they do transfers and they have promotions to fee-free transfers and stuff. And their big thing was their English language banking. It was native, so they supported it, kind of thing. And as of March this year, they're not going to do that anymore. So they've decided to cancel their English.
Not just a skimpy summary, but it's really, really good coverage in English. I hope they're not going to go the same direction.
Yeah, Shinsei started off fantastic. It used to be an amazing option, and every year they just make it worse for some reason. It's just getting worse and worse. It's still fine, it's still my main bank, but it's definitely got worse and worse and worse and worse over the years. So
yeah. Another news. Oh, yeah, I've got. I'll put a link to that Sony Bank dropping English in a second. Another bit of news I saw. So the Prime Minister Takaichi-san has just announced, I think, a snap general election. But one thing she's also mentioned, or rather, the ruling LDP party. Can you say that? LD party has said they are considering no consumption tax on food for a year or two, just to sort of give people a break, which just happens to time with a general election being called.
That reminds me of the Charlie Brown cartoon where, you know, she pulls the football away and he falls over.
I don't know that one.
What? Okay, so there's this typical. It's a long running kind of gag in Peanuts, right? The Charlie Brown thing, where Lucy is holding the American football and Charlie Brown runs up to kick it, and she pulls it away at the last moment and he falls over. And this happens over and over and over again. I think that's what this is. It's like, yeah, we're going to make food tax free. And then once they get elected, it's like, yeah, we were considering it, but yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I wish they would. I really like the UK approach to this, which says, I think food and children's clothes and books and things are all tax free, that you don't pay VAT on those, and then you pay VAT on other stuff. So
yeah.
I think that the necessities of life would ideally be tax free, so that, you know, poorer families could do better, basically.
Yeah. In the comments, there's an it's not an article actually. It's actually linked to the Retire Japan forum post about the Sony Bank stopping English, and a hat tip to Flintomatic for posting that. Make everybody aware. Thank you. I saw an article, so I don't have a more official source for this. It's tokyoadvisory.com, which I haven't seen before, but it seemed pretty likely that they say this cryptocurrency tax change in Japan, which there have been lots of rumors, sort of more and more stronger rumors about, is actually coming next year. Or so they're going to be making changes this year, which will come into effect next year in 2027. According to this article. So I can't confirm it yet, but it seems that that's very likely what's going to happen.
That's the narrative at the moment, definitely. So all the newspapers are basically, this is likely to happen. So.
And the change will be that they'll be treated more like stocks, which means there will be stricter regulation, but also the tax treatment is better. In that.
Well, it's different. I don't know if it's better. So basically, at the moment, it's taxed as income.
Right.
So if you had no income, it would be taxed at zero, right? Until you get to that threshold. Whereas from 2027, according to this, rumor, announcement, whatever, it'll be taxed as a capital gain at 20%. So if you're a low income person, the current regime's better because you'll be taxed less. Whereas if you're a high income person or you're selling large amounts of cryptocurrency, it would be better to be taxed at 20% rather than your marginal income tax rate.
Okay. Right. So it depends on your situation.
Also, I think maybe you can apply losses to your income at the moment, which you wouldn't be able to do if it was a stock-like thing.
Right.
You can only apply investment losses to other investments, not to your income.
Right. Okay. Oh, sorry, my leg. Okay. I'm kneeling on the floor here, and it's starting to give up. But anyway, so it is likely, but I think still being discussed.
Not decided, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's all I have for news. Just a few items today, but we've had a lot of stuff to talk about. Anyway.
The crypto one's quite big, isn't it? For anyone who's got a lot of crypto.
Yeah.
Also, big change there. Big change. Under the current rules, crypto doesn't count towards the exit tax.
Oh, really? Oh.
But from 2027, it would.
Because it's...
So that is another huge consideration if you're sitting on lots of 2013 Bitcoins.
Oh. If you're lucky enough to have that. Wow.
Someone told me about Bitcoin in 2014, and I laughed at them, and I said, "That's the stupidest
Really?
thing I've ever heard." So there you go. Could have
Wow.
bought them for like 30 cents or something.
Right. Back to the Pokemon cards again.
Yeah.
Right. Considering the time, what shall we?
Media.
We usually
This is the media.
media. Okay, we usually aim for a couple of hours for these, by the way. Yeah, but of course, questions can make it go on. So media. I found by coincidence a channel by a guy called George Kamel, Kamel, and he does part of I think 500,000 subscribers or something, part of the Dave Ramsey network. Dave Ramsey wrote, I cannot remember the name of the book now, but a very sort of well-regarded personal finance and investment guru, I suppose you'd say. And he had a TV show as well, I think. Anyway, this guy, George Kamel, has done a series of videos about personal finance, and he's done this series asking people how much debt they have. And one of the ones, he went to Disneyland, where people are having a lot of fun, putting lots of money on their credit card. And whilst they were smiling, asked them how much debt they had. And oh my goodness me, they had thousands. Oh dear me. And sometimes people don't realize they've got debt. They say, no, I don't have debt. Oh, right. So you don't have a credit card? Oh, yeah, I got a credit card. Yeah. All right. And you bought your car with cash, did you? Oh, no, I leased the car. Right. So you do have debt. And then a lot of people as well don't seem to be aware of exactly how much. So when he started asking them specifically how much of this, how much of that, so you got about like, $100,000 of debt then. Oh, when you put it like that, it's scary, so scary. Nice. But it's really interesting to see people's reaction. He found one person, I think, who was totally debt-free. So I'll put a link to this in the comments. And some of his other videos are good as well, as like general personal finance, but really accessible and easy to watch. So yeah, that's my media tip. And then also in the media, oh, you got one next. Go ahead with yours.
Yeah, so I finally finished watching Stranger Things. So originally I watched it by myself up through season 4. And then this year my granddaughter's 13, so she's kind of old enough for it now. So I started watching it with her again. So I had to go back to the beginning and watch seasons 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we finally finished season 5 this week. Wow. And I liked it. That they didn't quite get the final season right, in my opinion. So it was fine. They didn't ruin it. It wasn't Game of Thrones or something, but it wasn't quite 100%. I'd give them 8 out of 10 for the final season. But I'm really glad we watched it, and we had a lot of fun watching it together. So
yeah, that's good. That's good.
I do think you'd need to be about 13 for it, though. It is slightly dark at times.
Right. Okay. Yeah. That seems to be the cutoff age, doesn't it? For social media and everything, like 13. Oh, you're okay now.
When she started watching horror films by herself, I was like, okay, she's ready now.
What? Wow, I'm still not old enough for that.
She's on my Netflix, so my recommendations are full of like The Nun 2 and stuff like this. Like, just...
Okay, whatever. Wow. Speaking of Netflix, so one other media thing I have is I watched. Oh, actually, no, these were on Amazon Prime. 2 documentaries about rock climbing, which I don't really do, but I'm interested in. One was Free Solo, which I think you've seen.
I saw that, yeah.
Alex Honnold, American guy, climbs up one of the
El Capitan.
El Capitan, that's it, in Yosemite
with no ropes. You're just sitting there going, well, they finished the film, so he probably didn't die, but still, it's like...
Right. No ropes, yeah, though, not even a helmet, not that it would help him, but just, and at one point he's walking past these other people, I think. Oh no, that was a different one. No, that was the other documentary. So the second one I watched, which is called The Alpinist, about Marc-Andre Leclerc and his girlfriend as well is a free climber. At one point they're climbing up this peak with no ropes and anything, and then they walk past this couple who are also climbing it with the helmet and the ropes and everything, and they're slowly going up, and they stop and see this couple walking past with no equipment on. Hi. Ridiculous. I won't spoil the ending of either of them, but they are different, but both very, very good. Anyway, so my media tip is actually on Netflix, where that Alex Honnold guy who did the El Capitan climb, this Saturday, as it happens, 10 a.m. Japan time, this Saturday morning, upcoming, he is going to climb Taipei 101 live on Netflix.
With no ropes.
Yeah, so some people have mentioned, my colleagues, that is irresponsible. It shouldn't be allowed. Some people are saying, no way I'm going to watch that. Personally, I'm going to watch it. The interview that I just posted with him, the article there, he says, I'm 40 now, I'm married, I've got a child, so I'm having to be more careful. So he's going to discuss it. But for him, apparently, it's relatively easy compared to some of the other peaks that he's done. Yeah. If you're interested in that, and personally I am, then there you go. It's one to watch if you've got Netflix Saturday morning, 10 a.m. It's going to take a couple of hours, apparently. Okay. Oh, speaking of media and TV, anything you want to confess?
We have a frivolous purchase confessional. And yeah, okay. So partly because of Stranger Things, I wanted to watch it with my granddaughter. And if we watch it in our main living room, my wife will come in and start talking over it, which is really annoying sometimes. So I may have bought a second TV to put somewhere else so that we can watch things in peace.
Second TV, so it's going to be a small little thing, you know.
Yeah.
TV, yeah.
Actually, there is a slight secondary interest to this, in that it's a what is it? It's a Chinese. It's a TCL TV. So it's a Chinese company. It's got really good reviews. They're really good value for money. And I think today,
yes,
Sony announced that they were giving their TV business to TCL, or letting them buy most of it. I think TCL is going to own 51% or something, and they're going to take over the Sony branding. But yeah, so I have one of their TVs. It's very nice. It was incredibly good value given the size, and
size.
Because it's not a very small one. It's 85-inch TV.
85 inches, wow.
Which it's, yeah, if you get close enough, it's like being at the cinema. So very nice.
Can you see the pixels?
And very frivolous. Not that I can notice.
Really? Oh, wow.
And the sound's really good. They've got really good sound.
I think so, yeah. Oh, 85 centimeters. I was doing that in centimeters. That's 2.15 meters, 215 centimeters.
Yeah, so the guys that delivered it, I felt so bad for them because they couldn't get it in the lift, so they had to bring it up the stairs. Okay, we're only on the 3rd floor. Like, if we were on the 10th floor, and then they almost couldn't get it in the mansion because of it had to go around the corner, and it basically barely cleared it. So
wow. And that. Is that the smaller of your TVs? No, that's the bigger.
No.
TVs now.
No, normal TVs, I think 50, which seemed quite large when we got it, but now not so much.
Wow, incredible. But you're enjoying it though.
It's great. It was particularly good to watch the end of Stranger Things on, although I was a little bit disappointed with the script.
Oh, right. But the viewing experience.
The picture was very good, yeah.
Good.
And from TVs to leafy vegetables.
Kind of. So I thought, money tip. Wait a minute. Where are we? Sorry, folks. I'm lacking with my sound effects. Yes, folks, it's time for Daniel's money tip. And I thought I had a really good one for you for free vegetables. So you've got lettuce. And the lettuce we bought came with the roots on and a sort of like clump of mud in the packet. And so I've seen this people write about this. You, instead of using the whole lettuce and throwing it away, you just sort of cut off the leaves that you want and then put that soil and the root bit in some water, a jar of water or something. And they keep growing back. Just, I think maybe once or possibly twice, the leaves will grow back and you get free lettuce. So I tried it. And after about 3 weeks, I've got like an inch of little lettuce leaf, I think. Not enough for a rabbit. So yeah, that money tip didn't work at all.
So it's growing back slowly, is it?
really slowly. Yeah. Apparently, you can do it with the spring onions, the salad onions as well.
Okay.
Maybe if it's got roots on, maybe worth a try. But yeah, don't hold your breath. But don't worry, I've got a better money tip. How would you like a free month of ChatGPT Plus? Well, you've got to be a ChatGPT Plus subscriber already for this one. But I found it by
You know how I
accident.
feel about AI.
Oh, yeah. So I'm a ChatGPT Plus subscriber, but I tend to use other services now, not ChatGPT so much. And so I went in to cancel it, and okay, cancel. And before it got to the confirmation screen, it said, "Wait, if you change your mind, we'll give you 30 days free, so an extra free month of your ChatGPT subscription." So, okay. I decided not to cancel. I accepted this free month. And so now I've got a free month until February of ChatGPT Plus, which is normally $20 a month. And then if I want to, I will recancel it, put it on my calendar and cancel it next
Do you
month.
think they'll give you another free month?
Good point.
Is this the kind of magic money tree hack?
Good point. I shall find out.
You have to find out next month.
Yeah. So yeah, my tip is, so in the past, we've talked about subscription services and how it's a really good idea to go and sort of do an audit of all the things that are coming out every month, and then whether you really need them and cancel things you don't need. I've saved a lot of money by going through that. This one is for things that you do still want, but you go and you try and cancel, and before you actually do cancel, some services might give you either a free month or a discounted rate or something like that. Give it a try. If you accidentally go too far and you cancel, then you can just resubscribe later. So yeah, my tip is to try canceling services that you still want, because they might give you a bit of a bonus to keep you there.
Yeah, I'm such a sucker. I never do that. So they just keep taking my money and don't give me any like free stuff. Which is, if you were more like smart phone companies used to do that in Japan. So if you changed, they'd give you a bunch of money for changing, right? And so the savvy people would change phone companies every contract.
Right.
They'd go from SoftBank to Docomo to AU back to SoftBank and get all this free stuff. And I never bothered.
No, it's a hassle. But I wonder if you could do the same thing and speak to your existing company and say, look, I'm thinking of changing. Are there any like better deals for me that you could put me on?
It's probably worth a try.
Yeah.
I'm guessing because it's Japan, they probably wouldn't. They'd be like, okay.
Yeah.
It's not in our like thing. Yeah.
But anyway, if you don't want to go into the shop and speak to somebody, just try online. And I tried it with Netflix and it didn't work, but ChatGPT Plus did work. So subscription, so you've got, give it a try, a fake cancel, and see if you can save money.
I canceled Disney Plus when they did that thing where they fired the guy. They didn't give me anything.
Okay. Yeah.
But I was kind of meaning to cancel it anyway. So.
Okay, that's my money tip. And then forum updates then, I think.
Yeah, so just a quick run through. You might know about the Retire Japan forum, which is a part of the RetireJapan.com website. Basically, it's a forum. So if you register, you can post on the forum. If you don't register, you can read the forum. I think it's quite interesting. Some people like it, so come and check it out. But here are some posts that we've had recently. So we had a post about inner windows, weirdly. A very, very detailed post about someone, I think in Tokyo, who's thinking about putting in inner windows, and they are looking at the subsidies, and the subsidies in Tokyo in particular are very generous. So yeah, that's a great place to start if you're thinking about it.
That thread, by the way, they call it secondary windows there, if you're going to search for that.
We have a post about someone who wants to know about people's experiences of taking over businesses, existing businesses in Japan. I haven't had much bite there. I think it's quite a niche topic. Apparently, Britain, the UK, has just changed their rules for getting passports. So if you have other passports, the names have to match or something, and this is really messing with a lot of people. So it might be worth looking into if that is the case for you. Rakuten Securities, their security protocols are annoying lots of people. They've got kind of two-factor authentication that's become mandatory. So I think there's been a lot of fraud cases with security companies.
Right.
And so all of them have implemented mandatory two-factor authentication, and some of it's a little bit annoying. So we had a thread about legal aliases in Japan. This is the tsume system, where, if you're a foreign resident and you use a different name that is not your passport name, you can register it officially in Japan. There's a thread about that. Thread about asbestos in old houses, which is a concern in Japan, apparently. We used to live in a rental house, and I'm pretty sure we had asbestos in the garage.
Wow.
Not ideal. The stock market is doing too well, so people are getting worried about it, of course. We had a thread which was quite interesting, but very different from my experience, about high income, high net worth people moving to Japan and what they need to think about.
Oh, wow.
Most people don't need to think about this stuff, but
No.
and we had a thread about Ideco Plus, which is the version of Ideco where if you have a company, you can get the company to pay the employees a certain amount of their Ideco every month, and it's a business expense. So it's a bit of a win-win if you want to help your employees put money aside for the future.
Yeah, Ideco Plus. I have not heard of that. Well,
we also had a really... So I wanted to talk to you about this because you mentioned
yeah.
ChatGPT. So you might know that on the forum, we have a fairly strict AI content policy. So basically, on the Retire Japan forum, you are not allowed to use AI to write posts, and you're not allowed to copy and paste AI-generated text into the forum.
Okay.
Personally, I find it kind of annoying. I'm on a few forums where it's just killing the forum. There's these pages of you know what AI text is like. It's long-winded. It's always got the similar writing style. It's kind of pedantic. It's boring, and for me, so I don't want it on my forum. Interestingly, the Reddit Japan Finance subreddit has the same rules.
Right.
No AI stuff. There's also the fact that AI makes mistakes, right? So particularly with something like personal finance, where you're getting incorrect information from AI that's basing its stuff on the content it's learnt from US websites, for example, or from UK websites or whatever. But so this week I had a really long-term forum member post obviously AI written quite a long post about something, and that was flagged, and I sent them a kind of warning. I said, you're not allowed to use AI on the forum, and they got really annoyed. So they said, I'm surprised that you're refusing to look at interesting and relevant content, and they left.
So were they weren't saying that it wasn't AI. They were admitting that it was AI.
Oh yeah,
but there's actually objection to the policy. I think it depends on the content. I think because it depends on the content, then it's much easier for you just to have the blanket rule, and then people have to decide whether they're comfortable with that or not, really. But in terms of whether it's a good or bad thing, I was surprised the other day. I was looking up, just on my lunch break, and I was looking up some historic thing. Was it the historic of like the Bretton Woods system or some economic thing? And looking at YouTube videos that would just show me like simple concept. And I started watching one, and after a while, it's like, this is clearly AI generated. They're just taking what's on Wikipedia. But I kept watching it, knowing it was AI, and it was like, it's okay. It's like the way they done it was pretty good. It was interesting, and I thought, oh, maybe AI generated stuff is okay sometimes if it's not trying to cheat you, if you're aware it's AI, if it's factual stuff from a good source. And it didn't seem to be hallucinating. It wasn't important enough for me that like nothing was going to be any risky if it was hallucinated. I would just have some false information about the Bretton Woods system or something. So in that case, I was okay with it. My initial reaction was, what? And then, wait a minute. Yeah.
The thing for me is, though, like if someone wants an AI summary of a topic or an AI answer to a topic, they can easily generate it themselves.
Yeah.
So at least, especially for a forum, for example, or even something like LinkedIn, like half of LinkedIn now is AI rubbish.
Is it?
And for me, it's like, well, if you can't be bothered to write it, why am I reading it? I just started blocking people now. Like if they post these long kind of,
Yeah, I think maybe it's
clearly AI written posts about nothing, basically.
Maybe it depends on the purpose of you going to that content. So in my case, I wanted some factual content, and if it was AI generated, I was okay with that. But if you're going to Retire Japan forum, you probably want people's personal experiences or advice based on their personal background or whatever. It's more about the person-to-person information sharing, I think, and support as well. So yeah, in that case, AI is going to leave a bit of a bad taste in the mouth, I think.
Yeah, it's kind of getting controversial because people that my impression is that some people really like AI and think it's really interesting and want to share that with people.
I see.
And there's that disconnect where
right.
But yeah, it surprised me because this is someone that's been on the forum for a while. So it was a bit of a shame. But I feel strongly enough about it. I'm not going to change that rule.
Yeah. I think LinkedIn is probably similar as well. LinkedIn is all about people and relationships. So you would expect that the content there is people generated.
It's shocking now. Like I'd say more than half is clearly just AI, because part of the LinkedIn strategy is to post a lot, post every day, and get and so you've got this thing where people are posting AI posts that are getting AI comments from other people, and it's just this. Yeah.
What's the point?
It's like everyone's tricking the system until the point where the system just doesn't work anymore.
Right. Yeah.
The first person to do that probably did quite well out of it.
Yeah.
But if you're coming in at the end, then yeah.
I think with the forum as well, it's a sort of question answer format compared to just a purely like informational, or Wikipedia, for example. It's question answer format, and so you would expect you ask a question and you would get a personal response, a human response. If you want an AI response, you just go and ask ChatGPT or whatever.
And that's actually the rule. So there is another rule for the forum that says you should only answer if you know what you're talking about.
Right. Yeah.
We don't want people like speculating, for example, or that kind of thing. So
yeah. That's a shame about that person leaving.
It was because they're a decent member of the forum, but yeah, I think they from their comments they use AI a lot at work. So
right.
I mean, I do. I use it to do certain tasks, but I would never use it to create content to share with other people. It might inform it,
right.
But yeah,
if it's coming from a personal account, especially. Okay, but anyway, in general, you're not seeing the forum flooded with attempts like that.
No, I mean, because we're quite strict about it. I'm also really strict about people joining. So this is one thing. If you want to join the forum, please make sure that you don't have a VPN operating. Because recently, if your IP address is not in Japan, I'll basically not allow you to join. Because we found that probably 80% of the people that try to join the forum, they have an IP address in Amsterdam, and once they've joined, they then try and post some spam to the forum. But we've kind of stumbled on the perfect way to not allow spammers on the forum, which is
don't give too much away, just in case.
Well, your first 5 posts are moderated.
Right, yeah. They won't be public.
We find, well, it's part of the thing. We find that within 2 or 3 they've made a mistake and tried to post something, and then we just delete the account. So
right.
I think I read every post still. So, and you're not allowed, because the thing that was killing us for a little bit was that people would post something normal, and then 3 weeks later they'd go back and edit it.
Right.
So I had to take editing off the forum. You can edit for like 10 minutes, I think. So if you make a mistake, you can fix it, but you can't go back 6 weeks later and change it. So
right, like you can with Amazon accounts or something, and change the product, keep the reviews.
Fingers crossed. I think, yeah, we're winning so far against the spammers.
Yeah. Wow. Sounds like a never-ending job. Anyway, we should probably get. So we've hit the 2-hour mark, but we have a bunch of questions in the comments. We have a lot. What do you reckon? So we did get one from quite a while earlier where we stopped off from K. Alexander. Thank you for waiting. Thoughts on feasibility on getting a 35-year house loans if the foreign non-Japanese husband is 40, early 40s, and the Japanese wife is mid-30s? We were kind of in a similar situation, or
I think you're allowed to have a mortgage until you're 75 or 80 in Japan.
Yeah.
It depends on who's on the loan as well, right?
Right. We got ours mid-30s, and that's I think it's a 35-year, or is it 30-year? But yeah, it didn't bat an eyelid, so I think it's fine.
Yeah, I was, can't remember, might have been 40, and I got a 30-year loan. I don't think that was the limit. It's just the duration I chose.
Right. Yeah.
More important is going to be, you know, your employment history and your visa type and all that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then trying different banks, because different banks have different lending criteria. So one bank might say no, and another bank might say yes.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to try and read this name. User ZG1PB1FL4T. That must be awkward on the passport, wasn't it? Good question, though. For houses with solar power generation, do you have any recommendations? And I don't. Oh, sorry. It continues further on. You might be able to live 90 to 95% off the grid. Do you have any recommendations on maybe the panels? In which case, I'm going to post here a blog post or a guest post you've got on RetireJapan.com. It's from 2024, but I think it's probably a lot of it's still relevant.
Oh, okay. Is that the one that says recommendations for electricity providers that don't charge a
base? The sort of follow-up question is, do we have any recommendations for electricity providers that do not charge a base fee?
Don't know. The advice tended to be sign up for the feed-in tariff thing where you sell the electricity back to the company at a preferential rate, and once that runs out, think about getting a battery, and then you just cover yourself. I don't know if they have. You could probably have a look. They did open up the electricity market, so you can now sign up with any electricity company you like, pretty much. So yeah, it would just be a case of searching for those. I haven't really heard of electricity companies that don't charge a base fee.
Yeah, I think all of them do. They're the ones I've looked in, because we used Kyushu electricity for a while, actually, who are really good. I'm going to move quickly through the questions because we've got a lot. Kit Ken the second again. What is the best and safest way to get your money into Japan if you do not have a Japanese bank account, especially when you're planning to buy a house? Now, initially I was going to say Wise, but I don't think they allow that much money in the account.
Well, no, they've got that Class 2 banking license now, haven't they? So you can move 150 million yen, I think.
Okay. So you can have a Wise account outside of Japan and then have one part of it in Japanese yen, and then you just keep that account. And I guess you change the address from your previous country to a Japanese address once you're settled here. But an alternative answer is by foregone conclusion, who says walk through customs with a check, declare it when you walk through customs, and then open a bank account once you're in Japan with the letter where the money came from. And he's actually done it with a small inheritance in the past.
Okay.
And then you declare it as part of the tax filing in Japan at the end of the year.
You might be able to send it to the estate agent or to the bank for the other person. Yeah, I don't know. You might want to ask Ziv about that, actually, because he deals with non-resident clients.
Yeah.
So Ziv Nakajima again is a super helpful guy if you find him on LinkedIn or somewhere. Yeah, pop him. He probably dealt with this all the time.
I'm impressed that you remember his full name. Oh, there we go. Yeah.
Number of times I've had to, mention it.
Might be, so he runs a company called Nippon Tradings, which Tradings International, I think it is, which it might be a bit easy to remember. But there's his name in the comments there, if you want to do a search for him. It's an interesting one. The Tokyo government is giving 11,000 points, which I guess is then transferable or usable as money, to install the Tokyo official app. These points can then be transferred to Rakuten, D points, etc.
Sendai
really?
Today launched their version. They only gave us 3,000 points though. But it was really quick. So you install the official app, you link your My Number card, and I got the points in about 20 seconds.
And so what is the app for? What's the point?
It seems to be mainly to send official announcements from the Sendai government. So about disasters and stuff like that. So
right. Okay.
So I think it's basically a way. So the points are officially to offset the high cost of living. So it's a government handout to help people, deal with high grocery prices and stuff. And the way they're doing it is to get people to install these apps that presumably help with running the city.
Right.
And so the city next door where my daughter lives is also doing it, but they're doing it in February. So I'm guessing that pretty much every city in Sendai is doing this. So wherever you live, if you search for city name and points, you'll probably find the announcement about whatever your city is doing.
Wow, I didn't know that. Oh, thank you very much. And thank you, Ayush, for bringing that up.
Good call.
Yeah. Actually, maybe I'll research that a bit and then I'll talk about it next time.
My wife just sent me a message saying she just got her points as well. So.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, I'll research and see what the requirements are. I'm guessing one of them is you have to have a My Number card. So,
yeah. So you link it, and then that is what.
Yeah. I see.
And I needed the password as well. You've got two passwords on My Number, right? You've got your PIN number,
right?
And you also have like the master password. I needed that, and I couldn't remember it, so spent a few minutes trying to figure out what I'd set.
Trying random things. A non-finance question here. Kit Ken II asks, are we into anime, you and I? And if so, what shows do we like?
No.
I like anime.
There's one manga I've read that I really enjoyed. I read the whole thing, and that was 20th Century Boys. So they made some films about it as well, live action films. But the manga's great. It's really, really good. But that's it. So that's the only manga really I've read, and I'm not into anime. My granddaughter's into Chainsaw Man, which is the big hit this year.
Yeah. I like some anime films. Ghibli, not surprisingly, although the more sort of gentle ones, Totoro and Kiki's Delivery Service, that's just fantastic. I've watched that again and again. In terms of shows, not really. I watched Cowboy Bebop a long time ago because everyone said it was the best, and I was okay. I couldn't really get into it. But then I also watched one, and I can't remember the name. Is it something Samurai or something? But the music was really good in it. It's really kind of like funky music, and the visuals are very sort of almost like, Gorillaz, the band Gorillaz with a Z. That kind of style to it. And he was a single samurai guy, but to this like funky, jazzy music. If somebody knows the name of it, please let me know. I can't remember what it was. But the visuals, the atmosphere was really cool. Recently, I did watch anime film, which is about two friends who are both really good at drawing manga. And initially, they kind of see each other as rivals, but then they collaborate and cite their journey as they get older, writing manga together. And again, I can't remember the name of that, but it was really good. That was a film. If you know, please let me know in the comments.
I might have to watch the FX University Girl anime.
Oh yeah, that's interesting.
Just to review it for the site or something.
Yeah, I'll look out for that. Oh, is it? Oh, FX Senshi Kurumi-chan, I think might be the name of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Worth checking that out. Okay. Right. Let's skip down here. A good point here from Dan Mullins on Facebook. Going back to AI and the use of it online, non-native English speakers may wish to get use AI to get their point across in a concise manner to avoid prejudice. That's a good point. So you know what you want to say in your native language. You're not really confident enough to put it in public, so you get AI to help it.
Yeah, that's fine. And I think that's very different from prompting it to write something.
Right.
You know, if you write something and get it to fix it or give you tips, I don't have any issue with that at all.
Yeah. People have helped me out. Yes, Samurai Champloo. That's the one. Weird name, but such a cool, funky vibe to it. Yes.
Where's the ukulele, Daniel?
Oh, I had a bit of a problem. I was down at the in-laws over New Year's, and I was trying to be helpful, make some gyoza, cutting the onions in the kitchen, and I was just commenting to my mother-in-law, it's like, wow, your kitchen knives are really sharp. And then next thing, if you're squeamish, I apologize, but I sliced the top part of the nail, so it actually went through to the skin, and lots of blood, little hospital visit. Unfortunately, it's healed up quite nicely, but it's still, the skin showing at the bottom. And then as the nail grows, I think it's basically, there's going to be a hole in the middle. So
are you sure you didn't offend your boss in some way, and therefore
this is my justice? Yeah. So it's a bit awkward to play at the moment, but it's getting there. It's just
so we'll expect a return to form in February.
Really? I don't know. I haven't really thought about that. But...
Look, the fans want it. The fans demand it.
Okay, I'll see what I can come up with.
Awesome. All right, we're going to be back on February 25th, same time, same channels. Hope to see you there.
Thank you all for the great comments. Really
it was probably our most active episode yet.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, have a good week, have a good month, and we'll see you at the end of February.
Okay. Bye, everyone.